Does manifesting work? In 2006, there was this mystic, call him a hippie if you will, on an island in Thailand called Koh Samui. And he had this one-room bungalow on the beach, and he would lead meditations. And he would talk, he would just share. And he said, you can bring anything you want to you. Everything comes from inside. If you feel it, if you know it, your exterior world will mirror your internal world. And this is, we're not going to get too into the science of it, but it's not about asking or praying or wishing or hoping. It's about believing and knowing. And there was a man named Hajar Gibran who knew, and he shared, and he said, anything I want, I can bring to me. You know, he'd written this book and he got it just printed and bound at the local print shop on this island. And this is a true story. Sure enough, in December of 2006, a literary agent from New York shows up on this island, and someone mentions to him that a guy named Hajar wrote a book, and they eventually meet. And it turns out that Hajar is Hajar Gibran. And that name may mean something to you, the book The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. And if you haven't figured out by now, that literary agent from New York was me. So Hajar and I meet. This is just some guy, Hajar, who wrote a book. Well, when I find out it's Hajar Gibran, and he wrote a sequel to The Prophet, Return of the Prophet, I could see that this book had tremendous commercial potential. When I read it and the writing was incredible and the message was deep, I knew that this was going to be a big sale. And sure enough, I sold that book to the same publisher that published The Secret, and Hajar got the book out there in the world. It was translated in multiple languages. Here it is, The Return of the Prophet by my very good friend, Hajar Gibran. Hajar and I are still close to this day. That is a true story of manifestation. This man who was on an island in an isolated part of the world knew in his heart, and he had an intention for this book to reach people, to find its way into the world, to be published. And that's all he did. And it wasn't this notion of, was it effortful or effortless? Well, there was effort. He wrote the book. He went and got it printed. In some ways, it was effortless, because how does this literary agent from New York show up on this small island and find him and bring this book to the public? If you're wondering, does manifestation work? Can you really bring the things into your world? Start with your internal state. Start by truly believing, and you will see that your outer world will soon mirror your inner world. Start there. And here's the manifestation. Here's the physical manifestation of the feelings that went through Hajar's soul and found their way to the world.